Так, okay, so again some Cyberpunk in perspective. Так. So this one, it's like we have two main grids together. It's like two vanishing points and one vanishing point, like together equally important in one picture. So, let's see. They both, even it's like we have two situations, they both will have same y-axis. So kind of this. Same vertical grid. And then we need to find horizon line. Horizon line about here. So yeah, I can choose like what to do, like full grid first or composition sketch. So I think I will make some composition sketch at first. Just little arrange the stuff. Yeah, yesterday I did this tutorial about curvilinear, about fisheye perspective grids. I decided to little more elaborate it, so I will make some more studies and experiments kind of with perspective grids, and we'll make like crazy tutorial soon. It's in work in progress, kind of. Okay, so we have here three vanishing points. These two vanishing points, they are for this left side. And this vanishing point is for this right side here. So let's do it. Okay, so this is grid here. It's a kind of example of a unconventional grid. So instead of one set, we have like two set, like one vanishing point together with two vanishing points in one grid. So again, after so many practice, it doesn't confusing at all, and it's also will be easily to clean on a later stage. So now I start to put details matching to perspective grid. Yeah, write me in a comment if you've seen my yesterday outdoor stream. What do you think about it? I can make more outdoor demonstrations and like urban sketching tutorials. So you see, like, why I love this kind of cyberpunk stuff, because it's perfect example of idea, this like formal and abstract combined together, like shapes and structures. So we have this like kind of interesting jazz of abstract shapes, all these lines, angular curvatures. So it's some kind of synesthesia. It's like visual form of music. Like when I draw it, it feels like I hear it, you know, like if I listen some kind of music. Right. So I'm working now on preparing kind of for tutorial about super crazy advanced fisheye perspective. It's like nobody teaches this, that's for sure. I just decide little more prepare, just a little more work on this tutorial, because I make my tutorials, it's a lot of preparation, it's a lot of like testing, double check to make sure I find kind of best way to explain it. And there's like all this kind of almost all possible fisheye wide angle perspective types, and how to rotate objects in perspective, in like 5-point perspective and fisheye perspective. So I want it to be like tutorial which will finally kind of completely cover kind of this topic about fisheye. there is some interesting effect of drawing stuff in extreme perspective. It make everything looks cool. So, and you can also, if you are like travel artist or like urban sketcher or whatever, same, you can put view in fish eye perspective. You can draw view like wide angle perspective, and it will just make it much more exciting for people. So have good perspective is really a very good advancement. And it's funny to see sometimes when you kind of teach people perspective and they see it's too difficult. It's not difficult. I mean, when somebody can explain you, when somebody give you answers, it's so much easier, because it's really hard and frustrating when you even don't know where to look. You don't have like someone to ask around, like what to do, how it works. You even don't know the right question, kind of. So you see like, oh, is something wrong with my drawing? I want to be a better artist. And so what? It's kind of, it is not a problem. You need to have some more precise idea what you want. Need some more clear definition of your goal, right? So, and it take years, it take a lot of time to understand what are you doing, what you really need, find kind of clarify kind of your landscape, understand artistic kind of field of work. So for me it was like once I realized this kind of real problem is only when you don't know what to do. So you make a lot of mistakes. You need you need to be ready for wrong moves. So you make a lot of effort, and they all may be kind of go leading you wrong direction, kind of, right? So it's kind of really frustrating. It's really annoying, and it can be like discouraging. And then you start to really appreciate when you find some good guidance and good information, because and then when you know what to do, you have not excuse. So it's no anymore like problem when something is difficult, because without guidance it's much more difficult. And if you kind of feel discouraging by like oh, it's so much work to follow all this instructions, to do all this mundane work, kind of, it's very wrong attitude. No, it's very wrong. Like if like you have this book like Scott Roberts on how to draw and stuff like this, you teacher tell you need to practice, you need to make studies, you need to every day kind of spend hours for diligent practice, kind of, right? You should do it you have no excuse not to do it, because eventually you will do it anyway, or you need to quit. Just say, okay, like, I'm not ready for serious work. That's all. So kind of need to be more decisive and clear. So, and when artists say like, oh, like beginners say like, I want to better draw, tell me how, and you tell him like about applying kind of more structural, logical approach, and they start to tell like, oh, it's so difficult, I'm artist, it's too I'm not like engineer, or I'm not math student or stuff like that. I mean, it's not like this, like actual math, like, you know, when this like real mathematicians, they study stuff much more crazy. It's even like for normal people it's even impossible to understand what they are doing there. It's crazy. So, and when it's like perspective about like 20 plus 40 and stuff like that, it's not a mess, it's just like basic high school kind of thing. So you need to have very good logical and structural kind of skill, and not afraid of it. It's important part of any professional kind of creative work. Like if you watch like, no, if you read for example about script, like how people write scripts for a movie, it's so crazy, so sophisticated. There is so many structures, so many elements there. So at some point you need to study a lot. You cannot just like buy this book like how to like save the cat and write a great script. It's just not so easy, never. So it's like a rail for metro, this thing. Так, let's see what here. I will here make a car more close. Don't forget lamps. Так. Let's leave it like this for a moment. Go to next one. Так. So check it out. So here it's like almost like a Masamune Shiro, have many layers of roads. And again, it's like three vanishing point perspective. We have this convergent vertical lines. Oh, interesting here. What's this? Like glitch. So and this like two vanishing point. Yeah. So no. So the three vanishing point literally. Так. So let's see. So also kind of we can see here is main composition is like sky, then it's like group of buildings like this, and in the bottom it's like a ground with freeways with all these junctions. So it's like three main elements of composition. So then making perspective grid. Let's see if there. Okay, just. Continue kind of the shapes to make it the lines for perspective grid. So then here will be horizon line. Oh, no, it's actually it's vanishing point for this, like X will be here. Okay. So these are grid. Vertical lines, this like z-axis and x-axis here going to vanishing point. Let's erase pencil here. So now I kind of snap in shapes to structure. So in this like roads, they also following grid to a certain extent, because they're in some cases they're like turning, and they can also have this like change in H, like going up, going down little, and sometimes it's so many kind of tiny change, so you can just freehand them, just draw them freehandly. Idea is just like use some part of this road, make sure they are like attached to grid, so they will be grounded, and they will be like kind of like solid, you know, not just like floating without any connection. Here. It's funny that in the future still have lamp posts on the road. It's kind of a joke. Oh, hello. Yeah, I played Cyberpunk, and no, I mean I just like to draw Cyberpunk in general. So I did some screenshots, and these screenshots it's also from YouTube. So it's kind of not necessary to play. Like right now, I don't play any games. Just not interested right now. So I even lazy kind of to wait this game to load in. So well, if kind of if you need visual material from some game, actually I think usually best way is just watch it on YouTube. You can make some screenshots from YouTube, or you can find ArtStation maybe, where is official artist. They post some of their work related to game. Sometimes really can find an ArtStation very detailed, good quality art. So there's like from games, from movies. But yeah, can play have fun with the photo mode to make some kind of wide shots like from some interesting angles. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like concept arts on ArtStation, this like character sheets and stuff, and 3D models in Sketchfab. So now it's so convenient, can find so many visual materials. But yeah, in Cyberpunk they really did crazy job with like making all this messy environment like this, like it's crazy how they make this kind of even don't know how to call this stuff. And actually like it's really very much like reminds me Hong Kong, and in many ways Hong Kong is like even crazier than Cyberpunk, because you kind of you see many unexpected like very interesting kind of assets in the real world, in real life. They're so complex there. You think it will be like second Cyberpunk? This China city is like Changhua, I think. It's like Changhua, something like this. Yeah, I never been there, but yeah, I can find also video. I think from there can make also interesting screenshots from this kind of travel video where it's like people walking streets and you can make some interesting views from there. It's just it's interesting kind of how we need to find this balance between outdoor and indoor working on our projects. And I've been like many years, like about 10 years, I've been like full-time travel artist, drawing only outdoors, all these different streets, like all day walking, looking for interesting views. And then I find out it's kind of like I also need to practice more just to work with visual reference like Illustrator, because became too much kind of dependent from real view, so need to kind of practice this skill to draw in my own picture, not just like representing some actual place. So yeah, for this it's more like work with a photo reference, like as a supportive materials, right? So it's like you have your idea, your image in your mind, and you use photo reference as support, as some kind of source of extra information, some like clarification on some details, some specifics, and we need to balance here, because it's really beneficial for Illustrator artists or artists who work in a studio, who work indoors. It's really beneficial for him to sometimes to go out and to draw real world. And I think like many artists, they have kind of block to it, so it's like they feel like uncomfortable maybe because they usually don't do this, right? So if like fear of failure, like you're not happy with your result maybe and stuff. So and I think like we just need to break this discomfort. It should be comfortable and convenient to work both ways. Sometimes you draw outdoors, sometimes you draw indoors. And if you look professional artists, like from my opinion, every good professional artist, they're doing this way. They work both very kind of fluently, very kind of very normal for them to draw from photo, from imagination, and also draw stuff from real life when they just travel or go somewhere, and he just take his sketchbook and he draw in, making kind of visual notes, some kind of capture some real life. Oh, Project Orion. Interesting. So maybe not also, it's not only about like being comfortable with working outdoors and indoors, like from imagination and from real life. It's also about like find meaning and fun kind of, right, in it. Because like for me, drawing outdoor is like, it's super fun. It's really, no, I mean like fun is like, I don't know, how to say, it's like super nourishing. It's really like very much nourishing. It's like meditation, or it's kind of transcendental experience really for me every time I draw outdoors. And it's like really make me forget about everything. You just totally in a different place. And in effect, this different place, it's actual real life, so this kind of funny thing here. So from my vision point of drawing real life outdoors, it's actually to remind yourself what is real life, because we're like start too much detach from reality kind of. And I mean like artistically, we're like kind of sitting in our ideas, in our thoughts. We're like kind of sinking in all these visual materials and all these references, and they all, it's a process material. It's already done by someone. Somebody makes this picture, somebody draws this picture. It's like a screenshot from some game, screenshot from some movie. It's not real life. It's somebody work, right? So, and we kind of like overwhelmed with this, and it's like overwhelmed with a fictional kind of reality. So we need to detach from it. We need to kind of connect to original source from time to time, just to go there and like look at our own eyes, just how world, like what is real world, like how things happen, like how all this stuff is like exist in reality. So this kind of really give you your own, help you to be yourself, to remember like kind of like your own perception kind of, Так. Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is exactly what Miyazaki is talking about. It's like I remember in this documentary, like I forget names, like craziness, something like this. Like when he look in the window from office, and he say like, look, it's just look in the real world, like with like eyes of children, kind of, right? Like just be um, this kind of open-minded and just look around and like enjoy and try to kind of open your imagination to real world. And like he say, very interesting, he say all his experience he need for his imagination, like all this life experience, like source of real life reference for his work, happen in the morning when between waking up and going to work. Between like this kind of time period between waking up and arrive to his studio, this is his life experience from which he learned and which he used for his cartoons, for his animation. And it's like, what? So in point here is like it's not kind of metaphor or some kind of like funny way to talk. No, I think like what he mean is about applying your artistic vision, like really look around, really look around. So and this is why when we draw outside, we start to look what happened as artists. We start to, because if you're not drawing, you're same like everyone else. You just like walk like this, like walk, and you look like in the cars, you look in the shops, you look in the food, you look like people like absolutely like as usual kind of boring mind kind of mindset, right? When you start to draw, it's like everything changes. You start to look patterns, you start to see like kind of trajectories, like how things move, what happened, like kind of nature of things start to unfold like in front of you. It's like, wow, it's like it's just my street here, like next to my house, kind of just this view. But when I start to draw it, it feels like I travel somewhere in like another country, you know. Okay, yeah, I will do some weapons. I have like I did some tutorial about weapons in the previous channel, but yeah, can do this one too. New version of weapon tutorial. yeah, there you need to know like about weapons. It's very interesting. There is important two kind of fundamental things. It's function, kind of like mechanic of guns, and how to say, like how people handle guns. There's like certain poses, and basically like for us I find this like most important is just to understand mechanic. So if you make your own version of gun, or when you draw real gun, you can very quickly capture it because you know where is like key focus points kind of in the drawing gun. And also when you know exactly like what kind of poses, like what like you know like where a gun should be placed, how it should be held, what kind of, like you know, like John Wick. If you look John Wick, there's like certain movements they always repeat, certain like a standard poses. So you can like practice them, you can draw them in perspective from different angle, and then you just play around with these standard poses. Just like you need to first to practice, make sure you can draw it properly, and then it became easy, much easier than when you don't know, when it's not clear for you, like there's this limited poses, limited scenario kind of. No, like okay, like what I mean, this is the point, like no matter like how many like visual differences there in the weapons, in the firearms, when you know like mechanic, like what kind of system, what kind of system this gun is, this already helps a lot, because in this kind of things, like like spaceships, vehicles, weapons too, there is like key elements, like okay, let's say like all details actually, they all are like on a surface, they actually arrange around structure within, so it's like if you don't know structure within, it seems like just so much details and they're like scattering around, and you try to kind of memorize them without understanding. But when you understand structure within, so it's became like a frame, like this, like a skulls, like a skeleton on which all this superficial kind of surface elements, they just attach to it. So it's important to understand mechanics. It's also about Miyazaki, he talk about this, about engineering. He say like if you draw, even you draw your sci-fi kind of fantasy vehicles and props, it always should be clear mechanic, like clear understanding, like where is engine, where is like I don't know, fuel tank, where's passenger seat, where's like controls. So yeah, it's funny because I did some Cyberpunk illustration with firearms, put it in Reddit, and some guys from USA like start to comment and say like, hey, how does this gun actually work? It seems absolutely like unfunctional. And it's like, oh, okay, so those guys who understand guns, they really can see it. So even if you make sci-fi, it should be some logic in it. So is there like missiles, or there is like how it's called, like this so it's like how bullet and all this stuff, kind of where it goes, how it moves. It should be space within gun and stuff like this. Так. Ah, so you mean like Cyberpunk guns in the Cyberpunk game? Ah, okay, I will check this video. Very interesting. No, most unrealistic thing in a Cyberpunk game is this villain, this guy who is like look like a tank, but he's the most vulnerable, most weakest character in the game. Forget his name. So here, this interesting one. Here we have this like slums. It's kind of rooftop with some mess in the front, like a first plan here. It's this shape. It's also shape. Then middle plan. It's this kind of block of this like four floor high buildings, and we kind of see a street there with the roads, with the cars. So you see it's a front plan close to us, middle plan here with the street, then it also kind of belong to this middle plan, but it's kind of second element of it is this freeway, or like I don't know how to call this thing, like a road, bridge. And so it's like different shapes, right? So you see it's like one general shape, group of shapes, this here, then second one here, it's 4 floors, buildings with a road here, some cars, some people maybe walking there. Then there is 2 bridge, and then like together with the bridge is kind of this thing too. It's like element of this structure with the bridges. And on the far plan we have this high buildings, kind of these towers. So it's first, middle, and far, and let's show kind of shapes. So again, it's like general shape. So let's say kind of something like this. It's this roof on the first plan, then middle plan here, buildings, then we have 2 bridge here. It's like this shape with this stuff, and then we have these buildings on the far plan. Так. Let's double check this corner. Oh, I forget change camera. Here, okay. Yeah, so and then again it's like general shapes, and all this like tiny adjustments. It's just adjustments. So it's just work with general shapes is just method help you to organize. It doesn't mean like you should like really like put everything like super properly from a first attempt. No, it's just like same process of sculpting, like gradually clarifying, getting to more and more precise details. Then also here it's about, now we can do perspective grid. So here is a vanishing point for the axis about here. So this also will be a horizon line. Then vertical lines here is just vertical, so y-axis is just vertical lines. Here is simple. And for x-axis we can look in these bridges, so bridge will be like x-axis here. So let's say kind of this. So if we have this vanishing point, here I do projection of this diagonal line. Kind of this. Just keep extending. So here is perspective grid. Так. And yeah, so now can start to like, okay, here is this roof in the first plan, and I start like first like it was this general shape, and now I start to kind of subdivide it, you know, so it's like main category and subcategory, or it's like folder, it's a folder here, and then it's folders inside this folder, right? So when I see, okay, here is like this kind of roof with air conditioner or something like, and we have this like satellites, then here this thing again is also very bulky, very vague, not super clear at this stage, just finding general shape and general like proportion for it. So like location and proportion, and very general. Don't be kind of too perfectionist on this stage. This kind of being little crude kind of, it's help to avoid being perfectionist. It's just no reason to be very careful on this stage. Так, then I go to middle plan. So let's see here, it's a street with the cars, street with the cars. So we can see these roofs. And we see road. Then we go to bridge. Let's see, here was a bridge. And what's this? Here also some buildings, some stuff on the roof. And then on a far plan, let's something like this. And there's some people on the roof here. Probably some cyberpunks or punks, cyborgs. Так. So here's some stuff. Okay, yeah, see you next time. Have a good night and less. Yeah, it's for me it's the morning, so yeah. It's almost midday actually already. Так, okay, so here. Finish with this one first. Here let's do also like shapes, right? So have this shape here. Then this kind of stuff here. So So what I was also find after years of drawing, like how, you know, when trying to figure out how to make my drawings better and more dynamic, it's a importance kind of unified shapes. So you need to like approach everything in this like categories of shapes, like hierarchy of shapes. So if there's some object or detail, it should be kind of like element of bigger shape. So this way you can make this kind of coherent and dynamic composition. If you don't follow it, if you don't follow like how shapes are connecting and interconnecting, you making kind of this like detached, like unrelated pieces kind of. It's like they're here in your work, but they're all kind of unrelated. It feels like lack of atmosphere, this lack of dynamic. And sometimes you can see in some artist works, like it might be like super detailed, super technical work, but it feels dead. It feels like no vibe, no energy. It's because so for this reason, it's because he not actually compose shapes. He's not considering elements as a unit. Так. So it's like, let's say, imagine like composition, no matter what is in your picture, like environments, interior, exterior, characters, whatever. Your picture, it's like a spaceship. So imagine like a drawings, like building spaceship, like in 3D or in a drawing. There all elements, it will be like part of spaceship. So there will be like main, like big forms. There will be small forms. There will be like, like lines, like these curvatures or angles. There will be like rhythms on this spaceship. Same should be with your composition. It should be feels like unite, like we recognize spaceship, like when we look at it and say like, oh, this is one kind of unit thing. It's all these details, all these elements, they represent this spaceship. Same with composition, all elements, they are like playing same song. They're parts of same kind of message. And it's actually, yeah, a very good book about this, framed ink. Also. A very insightful book. Так. 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 So look at this. Very cool. It's like this dirty iron artist illustration. Like emblem also. This crazy pipe. Very funny. It's like people can try to walk there. So it's just like one vanishing point. Maybe you can, yeah, can tilt a little y-axis, make like this. Ink. Today is just Faber-Castell Eka Pigment 0508 and this one Pentel something. This brush pen. Let's try this brush pen for fun. Yeah, sure, this ink is waterproof, So if you use like fine liners like Faber-Castell or also Copic or what else? Rotring also very good fine liners. If you want ink for fountain pen, I use carbon. It's called carbon ink. It's very nice. It's like very fluid. It's for fountain pens, but you can also use it for G pen. If you have this like G pen nib. It's interesting. Draw with a brush pen. First start drawing landscape with this kind of pen. Make some blacks.